Welcome to Nerd Digital Brew.
Hi guys, we are going to go through what your assignment should look like if you actually cite or document correctly. So based on the lessons you learned, you will need to do the following, okay? So I picked a topic, you should too. I went to the Smoky Valley High School library databases and I found a really good informational article, and it was from a scholarly it was a scholarly article with some primary sources, and so I chose it. And it was one page, not terribly long. Using their citation tool, I chose to cite it with MLA format, MLA 8. So everything I'm going to show you is information I gathered from content. So the first thing we're going to show you is, if this were my first page, this is what I would show the world. But what I want you to see is that clearly I have documented the image that I pulled from the internet. Do you see how I've dropped the URL, the proper URL for the image, down below it? And of course I've made it small so it's not quite overwhelming, but it's present and can be checked. So here is the second page of my presentation where it gives information. I put, what is artificial intelligence? AI is the simplest, in its simplest, is a computer that simulates human thought processes. By understanding how the brain works, the computer performs the same functions. Our brains rummage through our memories to instinctively make a thoughtful decision. AI does the same, albeit its brain combs through a vast amount of data at high speed. Now here's what I want you to see from this slide that I'm providing you information. First, this is a direct quote from the one-page article I found in our database. And if you notice, because it's a direct quote, I am using quotes around the content so that I indicate to my audience, yeah, I got this word for word. Second thing I want you to see is that I follow that information with a parenthetical. Parentheses, reference to the source that's in my works cited page, parentheses, period. Notice that the period goes at the very end after everything ends. Notice also that I have cited the image that I've used on my second page. Okay, just pulled the URL and made sure that it was there. Here's my third slide, and I just added some more information about artificial intelligence. Whereas predictive data analytics relies on algorithms to identify specific words and phrases in a volume of data for analytical purposes, the algorithms in AI are vastly more sophisticated, capable of interpreting the meaning of those words and phrases to make deeper inferences and draw more robust conclusions. And again, I've got an image and I want you to see what I did. So again, I've pulled word for word content, so I'm noting that I use quotation marks. Now keep in mind, anytime you use data from a source, you should cite it. I just happen to be using word for word content because it was really specific in identifying information for my topic. But I can use just statistics and reference it, or I can paraphrase a large section and reference it. Whenever I use content from that source, I must follow that source or that reference with parentheticals from the source, like you see here, and then a period at the very, very end. Lastly, I have documented or cited the image that I used by referencing its URL. Lastly, here's my works cited page with the list of the source that I found. So it is in correct MLA format. Notice that it's in correct order. Notice also that everything is double spaced, that the first line goes from margin to margin, and any subsequent lines are indented by 5 spaces and continued onward. That's how you tell how many sources there are. These sources, if I had more than one, would be listed in alphabetical order according to the first entry. Notice first the guy's name is Banham, so of course it starts with a B, so it would be probably towards the top. So just so you'll know, you can use as many sources as you want in a works cited page, but they must be works or sources that are actually cited or documented with parentheticals because information is used from them in your presentation, whether that be a speech or a PowerPoint or a paper. If I do not use the source anywhere within my presentation, speech, or paper, it should not be listed on the works or sources that are actually cited. It's called a works cited page because that is all that's there. The works or sources that are actually used within the work. Okay? You need to recreate something similar with your own topic. This has just been an example. Have a good day.